How to get over your fear of public speaking. Hey, there's a way to get over the fear of public speaking. I'm about to share that with you. Let's go. I'm Jason Hewlett, keynote speaker, Hall of Fame speaker, and award-winning entertainer. So these are 5 of the steps I use to get over nervousness before going on stage. A couple of these you're going to be blown away by, and they're going to be really interesting. So fear is good to have, and it's going to actually help you do the first one very well. Here are the 5 steps. Number 1, be prepared. Yeah, the Boy Scouts are right. Be prepared is so essential. Have you ever gone to a speech and you were freaking out because you weren't prepared? Yeah, that's the problem. If you're prepared, you have nothing to fear. My best friend Quinn, when I asked him in the ICM process that I take people through, identify, clarify, magnify, I once said to him, hey, clarify for me what my superpowers are or my signature moves. And Quinn, I thought he was going to say that you're funny or you're a good speaker. He didn't say that. He said, I think your superpower is you're prepared. You are so prepared for everything on stage. And I was like, that's a superpower? Yeah, it is. And that's why I'm never nervous to get on stage. And if I am, it's because I'm underprepared. So be like the Boy Scouts. Be prepared. Number 2 about getting over your fear of speaking is to get there early. Now we talked about be prepared at first, but let's talk about getting there early. Getting there early means that you get there early enough to calm your nerves, to be able to make sure that all the connections work, to see that the sound system is proper, or to just walk the space. That's one of the best things, is to just walk around and go, oh, yeah, I see that this is a place that I can capture these people. It's important to get there early because then you have a chance to settle your nerves, to sit and meditate, or to walk back and forth, jump around, do push-ups, whatever you need to do in order to get into that mindset to be able to say, hey, you know what? I shouldn't be nervous. I should be excited. This is an exciting thing. But when we get there early and we're totally prepared, then we'll be our best. My 3rd tip is really an interesting one, because I like to say, watch everybody come in. Yeah, watch all the seats fill in. That's such an interesting thing, because then you see that they are normal human beings just like you. When my son was asked to speak at church one time, he was so nervous. I felt so bad for him. I said, why are you so nervous? He said, because there's all those people that are going to be there watching me. And I said, yeah, that's scary, but here's the thing, they're all people just like you. And he goes, no, there's too many of them. So I took him early. We sat down in the back and I said, look at each person. And he watched as each person walked by. He looked at them in their eye. He saw that they were human beings. That calmed his nerves so much because he knew a lot of those people. He liked them. And it was fascinating to watch his nerves calm so he could go up in front of everybody, all of those people, and thinking of them one by one, watching them individually and saying, I've got this. And he did awesome. So I have a few more great tips, of course, but before I go there, I'd like for you to put in the comment, if you will, what I've missed so far in your opinion. Because you might be nervous and you've probably experienced that. So put in the comments what I've missed. I'd love to hear from you and see what you think. So the number 4th tip about getting over our fear as a public speaker is to remember it's all about them, not about you. When you start thinking more about yourself than about the audience, you're going to start to think about what you look like, what you're wearing, how your hair is, how you sound. But if you're interested mostly in presenting something important for an audience, you actually don't even think much about how you look or how you sound. It doesn't matter so much because the content you're delivering to them is so important. I want you to think for a moment, if you would, in that aspect, about a teacher at a school. Have you ever been that teacher in front of an audience of children? That will make you question everything in your existence, being a speaker or a teacher for a bunch of kids. Here's why I love speaking in front of kids and why I love watching teachers. It's not to say that teachers don't care how they look or how they sound. Teachers are on a mission. They're delivering something to those kids. And guess what? Kids can smell fear. Yes, they can smell fear. Do you like that I can do that? That's crazy, huh? Maybe someday I'll do a video about how I figured that out. But teachers, they stand in front of an audience of children who can eat them alive. And yet Those children could smell the fear of a teacher from a mile away. No teacher can be fearful. A teacher has to stand up there in full confidence and know their message, know what they're teaching for the lesson that day, and deliver it to an audience that could eat them up, because that's what kids can do. And so if you want to do something that would completely get you through this fear of public speaking, book yourself in front of a classroom of kids. If you have a kid, or you have a nephew or niece, or you have a grandchild that goes to school, literally call that teacher up and say, hey, could I come in and present a message to the children? Maybe you could just read them a story. Maybe you could just teach one of the lessons that day, or you could just say, I have 10 minutes about something I'd like to share, and this is why it's important for the kids. I'd like to talk about my career. Maybe it's career day. That could be it, right? But maybe it's your message that you've been working on. And you could say, this is why it's important for kids to keep promises to themselves or to set goals. I'm going to help them discover what they're great at. I challenge you to do this, because if you go and speak to a bunch of kids, your fear will go away really fast once you stand up in front of them and realize all you have to be is authentic. All you have to be is somebody who cares about delivering something to them. Because kids, like I said, they'll eat you up. I've delivered thousands of presentations for school kids all over the world. It's an intimidating thing, and it always is. But once you stand up there, you get them to laugh a little bit, you get them to think and lean in, they're going to help you so much in your performance. And so, when it comes to speaking in front of children, remember, it's about them, not about you. That's how it is with every single audience. It's not about you, it's about them. When I've been the most nervous, it's because I'm thinking about how I am going to come across, if they'll like me, if they'll think I'm any good. I mean, I become less confident when I think about that. But if instead I flip it and I say, I can't wait to share with these people who need this message something so important, everything changes in the way that I deliver it. And you can even feel in the tone of my voice that I feel very passionate about this. A lot of speakers make it about them, and so it's just about their quotes and their stories and their movements and their standing ovations. Some of the greatest speakers I've ever seen don't get a standing ovation because the audience is so in awe of what they just experienced. They're soaking it in. How can you make it about them? It's about the audience. I've had so many new speakers come to me and say, I am too scared to stand up in front of an audience. And I say, why? And they say, this is scary. I've never done this. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm fearful of what they're going to think of me. And I say to that speaker, okay, so imagine they're cheering you on. And that's my fifth point. Imagine they're cheering you on. I truly believe that every audience is cheering us on. They want us to succeed. They want us to deliver something for them to go, oh, that was worth my time. I feel so much better. I laughed. I feel good. Every audience is cheering you on. I truly believe it. There have been times when I have stood in front of an audience and I was feeling pretty fearful, but then I thought about this, they're cheering me on concept. Now, for example, if you're sitting at a stoplight in front of the train while it goes by, and you all of a sudden saw a train wreck, that would be tragic. You watch it online and it's like, ooh, that's scary, and then you flick to the next video. But if you saw it in person, that would be horrific. Nobody wants to see that ever in their life. And so that's my other way to flip it for a speaker. No one wants to see a train wreck. No one wants to see you fail. They want to see you succeed. Believe that they want to watch you do well. They're cheering you on. I truly believe it. In their heart, they're down there going, I hope he's awesome. I hope he does well. I hope he delivers something great to us. They're subconsciously thinking that. I believe that. And if you believe that too, it'll change the way you deliver to every audience, and you'll have no fear. So I have a free gift for you, and I'm excited to share this with you because it will change the way that you see yourself as a speaker, and it will get you through some of the fear. If you've already typed in the comments what you thought I missed, that would be so awesome. I appreciate it. But I want you to now go to jasonhewlett.com/ICM. This is a free gift, and the link is in the description below, okay? What I want you to do when you get this downloadable worksheet is I want you to identify for yourself what you're afraid of. I want you to clarify that some of those things aren't as crazy as they might seem, and they're not as scary as they truly are in your mind. And then go and magnify what you're going to do, what mindset you're going to get in before you give every single presentation. Because there is no reason to fear. If we identify, clarify, and magnify what we've got to share with the audience, make it about them. Know that they're cheering us on. And always be prepared, be early. You've got this. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, I hope that you'll check out the next video, which is how to prepare your voice for a performance. I hope you'll check it out and enjoy.